Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading. I'm Susan, your intuitive. Happy birthday to those Cancer suns out there. However, this can pertain to Cancer sun, moon, and rising for Cancer season, the month of July. More change ahead, as we know, and let's get into your reading. Ace of Cups. Well. We have the energy, the desire, the abundance, the flow. That says Jupiter. If I didn't say so myself, but I am saying so myself. Then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, Cancer. Oh my God. Okay. So we have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. There has been something brewing for a while, and more you're feeling, the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel about your life, you feel as though you can finally express the abundance or the ideas or the ability to receive the desire, receive the energy for those ideas. You've been maybe clearing out some energy for a while, quite some time, with Mars in and out of your sign. And whatever you felt lack or scarcity around almost a year ago, you no longer see it the same way. You're in a place where there has been this sense of control over your ability to see bigger, to see expansion. You've had Jupiter for Cancer risings in your 12th house up until recently. Now it's in your first house, expanding your idea of your identity, what vitality means to you. Even your appearance is shifting. For those of you, you have released so much and have been really practicing this abundant energy more than ever because you've come to an end in an area of your life, perhaps a place in your life, situations in your life where you are no longer, it's not that you're not going to be kind. It's not that you're not going to be helpful, right? If you're in a career, you do what you need to do. It's more just that the attachment of the energy, the attachment of if people are talking about you or not, if you're going to get the fruits that you deserve exactly where you are. Jupiter coming into your sign, all of this abundance energy coming your way is opening your mind to different possibilities. And the more that you allow yourself to let out whatever is holding you back, whatever you felt scarcity about, wherever you felt like you've been immature, you're now looking perhaps as this way to guide your passion, to guide this abundant energy, right? What do you do when all this energy comes to you and you may not be feeling like you're in the right career path, or maybe you're feeling like, now I feel like I'm being directed to live my purpose. What if your purpose was to be open? What if your purpose was to expand and claim your desires, right? What is it that you've been digging up that you've been afraid to ask for from the creator, from the universe? Afraid to ask for in certain ways because perhaps you've been overgiving. And then I've been studying Kabbalah for about a year now, and it's really changed my life. And I'm going to share this with you, like overgiving, right? The Ace of Cups, the overfloweth, right? You want to give. You have so much to give. But giving looks different now. You've had and you have so much Aries energy in your 10th house for Cancer risings, and your role and how you act in the world, in your world, and that you live in is shifting. You have all this energy. What do you do with it? You've overgave, although that has perhaps seemed to cause resentment. In Kabbalah, when you overgive, it's almost as if you're playing God. And you know karma, I know you know karma. So you know what that means, that the result is either resentment on your end or the other end. So you've been learning perhaps where you've been needing to bring out the Queen of Wands in you and address things. Mars was in your second house then thereafter that for a while. And now it's in your third house of communication. So this Tower moment comes, this moment of disruption comes because you've decided not to perhaps people please anymore. And it's not that it's your doing, right? It's just that your energy is extremely strong. So if you're in a community or you're in a certain career and you've been there for a while, many years, or you've been attuning to the same gossip trail, right? You've been going back to the same feelings that keep you from expanding. And that's what happens. There's that bridge, and the emotions we go through on the way to the next thing, or the expansion, or the tests and the trials and the tribulations and the triggers that come up, are what light the way of the bridge, even if they're uncomfortable. So you know that this moment is coming, you know something's come to an end, and it's not that you don't care, but the way that you decide to talk about something, ask for something, it looks different. You're not doing a sidestep anymore, right? The crab does the sidestep. Of course you're gonna do that, but you're not doing the sidestep. There's a certain protection that only worked for that size shell, and now your shell is up leveling, so you have to become vulnerable. This abundant energy is vulnerable. It allows you to really address the desires and how you actually see your life moving forward. And the Tower moment comes as a wave crashing down over these many different situations that caught you feeling in perhaps power dynamics, or caught in over and over again because it just so happens you said one thing at the wrong time due to a reaction. What you've been learning to navigate is what doesn't need to be said, and to actually address things head on, not passive aggressive. If you lean towards that, because if you're triggered or something, you can either lean towards that, you could lean towards resentment, bitterness, walking on eggshells. Instead, now there is this energy of abundance that I can take care of anything. That's what you do with abundant energy. You address these situations within yourself and if need be, with others. That is going to help the momentum of anywhere you felt stuck and cause rise to this Tower moment of extreme insight and understanding how this is the end of something. This is the end of whatever control and attachment you have, because look at all this abundant energy, this idea. For some of you, you can almost feel the next wave of potential money, luck, a relationship, a new job, more purpose, whatever that has been in your aura, in the ethers. You can feel it making its way to you. And then you remember, oh, I'm not in control. And I know that, but I needed this energy to see. I needed to see this so that right when my season comes, the wave crashes over me. And you see, we'll get more into the bottom cards on Patreon for sure. Absolutely. You begin to see where this ebb and flow, that magnetism, that power within your intuition, that's already in your nature, and how as a society and as a world we've been in our mind for so long. We've been trained, programmed to be in the mind. That's the way, right? And you may not be someone who's been bothered by that, but we can tend to attune to those things as we need to. If you're someone who does create or puts things out there, just likes, to be in connection with others online, you can find yourself receding and pulling back in many ways because there's so much energy that you have and you want to utilize it. So if you have a lot on your social calendar, or even if it's for work, I'd really advise you, Cancer, to take a look at your schedule and create alone time wherever you can so that you can really harness this and re-choose if you need to. Reschedule if you need to, if that's an option. Do what you can control so that whatever you're not truly, truly attached to can just wash away. Because this is a new cycle. This is a new cycle for relationships, for ideas, for even just stepping into this new version of yourself that receives something that you didn't even see coming, or you kind of did and you felt it, but you didn't know exactly what it was, and it shows up because you're ready, because you've been preparing, because you decided to pull back, because you can see how the energy is moving right now. And the biggest thing I asked everyone, especially last month before Jupiter entered Cancer, as you know, is what do you want to be responsible for? This is the moment. These are the moments you act them out. This is the month you not only decide, but you follow through with it. And whatever needs to come to light will, of course. Whatever healing needs to happen will, of course. Why, hello, little kitty. The Tower moment is about the change in not only your life, but your nervous system, and you attuning to another level of intuition that feels like something's earthquaking. After this peace, there's some earthquaking, and then there's peace again. The waves. This month is the ebb and flow, the expansion of Jupiter, but where does that contract in your life? Right? Where does it make you pull in or pull away or decide to choose differently? Or you get a different job offer and you're ready for it. You've been assuming the position over and over again, and now you're ready for the change. And maybe it's through someone that you know. Perhaps. All right, Cancer. We're going to get right into the next part. All links are below. Patreon link is below. I've been doing somatic astrology posts on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything at Venusian Wave. All information to work with me one-on-one is below. My website link, payment options, scheduling link, pricing, all that jazz is below. And we'll see you in the next part. Happy birthday to all the Cancers. See you next month.